Once we reach capacity, we'll have to cut off the online registration, but it's open right now.
Oh my God.
So don't delay.
Thank you guys for being the best at what you do.
Log on to KBLATalk1580.com right now and register to join us for an afternoon of good music, good people, and good vibes.
Happy anniversary.
Wednesday, June 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will provide the food and drink, but be sure to bring your low-back chairs, blankets, and your personal picnic baskets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's celebrate 3 years of being the most trusted, credible, and reliable source of news and information.
We love you, KBLA.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're black and stride again.
Black and stride again.
Happy anniversary.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Wow, glad you're here. I just found out that one of my best friends was in an abusive relationship for so long, and none of us knew anything about it. I'm heartbroken. I thought we told each other everything. Maybe if I had spoken up, she would have talked to me about it sooner. So, here goes. Intimate partner violence, sometimes called teen dating violence or domestic violence, is a pattern of behaviors used by one partner to maintain power and control over another partner in an intimate relationship. An intimate partner is a person's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, or lover. Intimate partner violence may include different kinds of abuse. Physical abuse may include hitting, kicking, punching, or other kinds of physical violence. Emotional abuse may not include physical violence, but it can be equally as harmful. When someone is abused emotionally, they may be called names, humiliated, yelled at, or made to feel intimidated. The abuser may try to control the other person by telling them what to do, what to wear, or where they can and cannot go. Financial abuse is when a person tries to control and limit their partner's access to money so that the partner will be dependent on them. One example would be if the person discouraged or disallowed the partner to work and make their own money. Another is if the person takes the partner's money or credit cards and refuses to give them back. Another form of abuse is known as stalking and harassment. Stalking or harassing someone may include spying on them or following them around and constantly showing up where they are or refusing to leave when asked. Stalking also can include sending harassing or unwanted emails, texts, or posts. Finally, there is partner abuse that involves sexual abuse. This type of violence is when a person forces their partner to participate in sexual acts or behaviors without their consent or ignores the partner's sexual boundaries. Just because a person is in an intimate relationship with someone doesn't mean that they must have sex with them or do sexual things that they find uncomfortable or demeaning. If you or someone you know is being abused in a relationship, it's important.
Man, this is heavy stuff. This is heavy stuff. Why did I call tonight's topic relationship as a contact sport? Well, according to Benjamin Carney out of UCLA, violence is ubiquitous within the human condition. Ubiquitous meaning it's everywhere, in every age group. You see babies fighting, toddlers fighting, all the way up to the elderly. So violence is part of the human condition. Now, Carney's work, especially when he was at Florida and then he came over to UCLA, he's been at UCLA for over 20 years now. His work was on newlyweds. And he did studies where he found that domestic violence wasn't a major indicator for why people stayed together or broke up, all right? For why people broke up. What he was saying was, in all of the newlyweds that were in his test that had expressed or revealed that they had suffered from some form of domestic violence, 50% of those couples, they weren't newlyweds, as a matter of fact, they were engaged. And what he said, 50% of those couples went on to get married after the domestic violence happened. So what he was basically saying was, this is what you guys need to realize. Therapy can help some forms of domestic abuse. But the police can only deal with someone that is considered an intimate terrorist. An intimate terrorist is not in the same classification as intimate partner violence, although intimate partner violence is dangerous and can be deadly. I lost my job. I got fired. My car broke down. I got robbed on the way home. I get home finally with one shoe on, and my wife is going off on me about the garbage disposal. Frontal lobe hijacked. The amygdala gets triggered. The limbic system goes into action. I push her. She trips. She falls, hits her head on the side of the coffee table, dies. That's intimate partner violence or common couple violence. I grab her and shake her up, right? Push her down on the floor. For some people, they can't come back from that, right? But that's the type of violence that you go to therapy for. This type of violence, you got to seek Jesus. You got to seek the police, the FBI, the CIA. You got to seek NORAD, everybody. This is intimate terrorism, right? Intimate terrorism is indicated by this standard power and control wheel. The 8 tactics of the original power and control wheel are coercion and threats, intimidation, emotional abuse, that's psychological. Intimidation is psychological. Isolation is psychological. Minimizing is psychological. Denying and blaming, psychological. Using the children, psychological. Economic abuse, financial. And then there's male privilege. I'm bigger and I'm stronger than you, and I can break you if you get out of line. These are all reinforced by physical and sexual violence. These are real things. That's an intimate terrorist, what I'm describing right now. That's call the police. That's get a family member to get your stuff while he driving a bus or whatever. Get your stuff, and then y'all disappear. You know, delete your phone, throw it away. That's what that is, right? And it's important that you understand that's what that is. Now, you can also call the National Domestic Violence Hotline, okay? And that number is 1-800-799-7233. Once again, that's 1-800-799-7233. I want to say it one more time for good measure. 1-800-799-7233. Or you can text BEGIN to 88788. All right? This is a heavy topic, and I think we need to have it, and I'm okay with having it, all right? Some people you can't talk down. Some people you can't convince to chill out. And I get it, you know. I get it. The phone lines are open. People want to talk about it. We had Sean on the line. I got to get his final thought on this. Sean, what's your final thought?
Well, I'll make it quick as I can. You know, the main thing is that the brain is going to do what it does to survive. So a lot of people's brains, and this is like more scientific, but I thought I would bring it up here, is not stable. So the fact is that manipulators are not going to negotiate with you. They're not going to, try to come to a very nice conclusion, which you could if you had that ability. But the brain is not stable, so they don't negotiate. What they do is control. Control. And they do that, and it harms the relationship, and then you get into this area of, it's really hard to retrieve, and we all know crisis and all of that. So my point here is that's what happens. The solution is very difficult. The solution is to be cognizant that this is what's happening. And if you are a young person, girl, boy, whatever, make sure that you don't get involved with people that don't have that way to, have that resilience in their mind. But that takes a lot of being very cognizant of your awareness of what's going on. So, but please try, just try, because you don't want people to mess up your life, and you don't want people to, put a screw in your life when you're moving forward in a good way.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate the call. You
Thanks,
brought
brother.
Oakland in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Why are my callers dropping off? We have Boston. Where's everybody at? Get back on the phone line, 1-800-920-1580. Let's go to Los Angeles. Daryl in Los Angeles, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
This is Zoe Williams. How are you, sir? It's been a minute.
Yes, sir, man.
I picked up your book from you that night at the Cigar Lounge.
Hey, brother, cool. I was so glad to see you, man. We're going to have another one, I think, June 15th.
Okay, bet. Okay, this back to the topic. This thing, dysfunction is ubiquitous, right? But when it comes to levels of dysfunction in relationships, they can go so deep. It's crazy. It reminds me of my ex-wife. Until I met her, I didn't know this level of discontent could even be in a relationship, right? She hated her dad, though. And that should have been a red flag for me. But I didn't see this much. And it's really just pain. And it's the way they act out. Because since her, I've met women that, invites this kind of dysfunction in the relationship. If everything's going good, something's wrong, And I've also met women that like abuse. They don't like it, but they just feel it's some kind of security blanket. If you abuse me, then that means you care about me. It's amazing how it gets all twisted up in their mind, Now, to circle back to my ex-wife, she hated her dad. Her dad, as far as she's concerned now, none of this was confirmed, but she says her dad cheated on her mom, and her dad was an alcoholic. So she hated him for that. Meanwhile, in our relationship, I was always accused of cheating because I worked long hours. Now, as far as she was convinced, though, that's her reality. I'm cheating. I'm not working, right? So, of course, that would involve problems. But to get to the level of verbal abuse, and she would get physical. I mean, I never really got physical with women like that. I just try to keep them off me. Don't hit me. Just let me I'll go to get a hotel or something. But she was vicious. She would stand in my way. She'd jump on the hood of my car. She'd do whatever but and then I had my sons hold her down so I could just get a hotel for the night because it was going to get, abusive and physical. And I don't like doing that with women. I don't even like arguing with my woman. Because when I do, if I say something, like you were talking about, or there was a young lady earlier in the call, in the program that she was talking about, the verbal abuse, and you were speaking on it as well. Verbal abuse, for me, okay, I can take it. I have thick skin. But if I say something to her that it's vicious, it cuts deep, right? And that's not something you can heal. But that's why I don't like being pulled to that point. But it's what do you do? You know, like you were saying, you have a little flawed past as well with women. And I don't know your situation, but, you know, it's amazing how your partner can bring out stuff in you that normally you could let slide, but it's your partner. So if she's in that, I'm speaking because if you get to that point with her, and then you found off in a vicious way, I lose respect for her. I don't care what she said to me, but if I say it to you, it's just I could care less. I don't even want you no more. I mean, you mean nothing to me at that point. And it's sad because you're supposed to build a relationship on, chemistry and all of that other stuff, and you think you're doing that. But when you get to the point where as you arguing, you peel back that onion and you find out what you really have is a toxic soup of, dysfunction, for lack of a better word.
Hey, Daryl, stay with me, bro. Don't you go nowhere because you done put a lot on the table. Stay with us. When we come forward, we're going back. No, we're going to stay right here in L.A.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes, why should we be silent? Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Last night when I called his house. Say what? And I don't like him anyway, because him and his group is conceited and they're all souped up on themselves.
Not you again. Come on. Come on. They say I love you. Understand why these people seem to think that I'm so cute. I'm just an average man. Can I get a little time to explain? And they don't understand the life I live. I don't really live the life I know. Why can't they leave me alone? But you see how they say I'm ego tripping and my mind is slipping. But I want you to know that I'm not sick. Everybody's saying things about me. They just don't seem to really know me, 'cause I'm not sick. They say I've got a one-track mind. I don't even know wrong from right. But don't you let them make you blind. I'm not sick.
Hello. This is R.C. Blakes, and I want to welcome you back again for another conversation. And I just need you to invite as many people as you can into this conversation tonight, but especially invite as many women in. And if we want to even specify even more, definitely invite as many young women in as possible. Though this conversation is not just for women, it's not just for young women. It's really for all of us. I don't usually do content based on any current news or current issues. But I think, due to the serious nature of what the world beheld last week, within some recent days, video of the young woman being physically abused, I thought that it warrants a conversation tonight. I had something altogether different that I was going to deal with tonight, but I think I want to deal with signs of an abuser. People ask me all the time, well, not all the time, but too much, why do you spend so much of your time and your energy providing content to women? Well, it's because the natural inclination of a healthy man is to do whatever he possibly can to protect womanhood. It's a natural reflex of a man to protect woman. If we were all in a space together and some kind of threat broke out, it would not be the natural inclination of a man to protect a man, unless that man would be a very old and helpless man, or unless that man is a little boy. But typically, all things being equal, men reach to protect and to cover women.
Man, RC dropping some controversial knowledge. But is it psychologically sound? I don't know. There's one aspect of it that I 100% agree with. Yes, if women are in a situation, men and women are in a situation, and something breaks out and people need to be taken care of, real men will defend women and take care of women. Absolutely. They will protect and cover those women in that situation. Now, I can't speak for all men, but real men will step up if it's fighting somebody, if it's trying to disarm a situation. Real men are going to step up and protect women in a chaotic or violent, potentially violent situation. I know that for a fact. I've been one of those men that have stood up for women in those types of situations. However, I don't think it's cut and dry, and I don't think that's the point he was making. We just had to transition because my brother was taking a little bit of time to get to his point. But if his point is men have a natural inclination to not hurt women, I don't believe that's true. I believe when you're looking at the psychological piece is saying wherever you came from, that's who you are. Whoever you learned from, that's who you are, right? If you came from a hurt situation, you came from a hurt situation. You might have some hardwired masculinity that says, oh, man, we're in this, this crazy situation. You need to step up and help people. You might have that in you. See, people think in black and white, and they think monolithically. They think, oh, he's a good man. Good men do bad things. Please understand that. Good men are not perfect. Please understand that. Good men still have flaws. Please understand that. Good people are still liars. I know y'all don't want to hear it put that way. Good people know how to manipulate. Do you understand what I'm saying? So no disrespect to the brother. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for the brother, but we have to be careful when we say things that are not necessarily psychologically supported, right? Does psychology support the natural inclination of a man is to do this? Well, under what circumstance, under what condition, under what environment, and what is his mindset? Who raised him? What is he dealing with internally? We don't even ask these questions. We just have these, kind of arbitrary blanket license beliefs, and we have to be careful of that. When I come forward, the voice of reason going back to the phone line.
My mind is slipping, but I want you to know that I'm not slipping. Everybody's saying things about me. They just don't seem to really know me, 'cause I'm not smooth.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wayne. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is reportedly talking to labor union leaders in what could be seen as gearing up for an attempt at a political comeback. There are reports Cuomo could be thinking about challenging Mayor Eric Adams, who's black, next year. Senator Tim Scott predicts former President Trump will be found not guilty in his criminal hush money case in New York City. The South Carolina Republican appeared on CNN's State of the Union as closing arguments are underway. Scott accused Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg of corrupting the justice system by going after the former president. Detroit, Michigan police are urging people who might have information on where 15-year-old Demetric Lewis Jr. is to speak up. Lewis has been missing since Sunday when he left his home in the 17,400 block of Plainview Avenue. He is black, 5'10", 160 pounds with black dreadlocks in his hair. That's the latest. I'm Tyreek Wynn on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Hi, Tavis Smiley here. We're getting closer to June 18th, and time is running out for you to register to join us for our historic symposium live on C-SPAN, Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com right now if you want to be in the audience when the nation will see for the first time ever a stage full of brilliant black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's all going down. Well, it's actually all going up. Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. Live from the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Again, admission is free, but we're filling up fast. So if I were you, I would log on right now to KBLA1580.com to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. We're KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada. Member FDIC.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your vid. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, thank you very much for watching and sharing these videos and the blogs and the links to them. Please do continue to do that. Continue to email me on all things. I'm just looking down at my read list here. But yeah, this one's about women as abusers. I've had a request for that. So women are perfectly capable of being abusive, just the same as men. Stats show in America that it's about 50-50. More male are reported. Maybe there's an ego thing in there that men don't like to admit they're being dominated, manipulated and controlled by an abusive woman. So it doesn't say that it's, stats don't suggest that it's more a male thing. Stats suggest that it's 50-50. Domestic abuse, that's when it gets physical, then it is more male. That again is reported. So stats can be misleading. So yeah, very prevalent, and I'm getting more and more men comment and coming in to me asking questions. So thank you very much for that. I had one woman that said an interesting comment about do I like just helping women. It isn't just women that come to me asking for help. So thank you very much. I think I said in that in the last video. So
that was interesting. He said it's about 50-50. And I think where the disparity comes in is the CTS. The CTS is old. They shouldn't be using the CTS if they're still using it. Tactics, the conflict tactics survey. That's the problem. Again, if you look at the stats, women are more violent than men. It's just that they're more violent in a different category. That's why he said when it comes to domestic violence, that's when it gets physical. And when he mentioned physical, he said that's where men dominate. Exactly. So the CTS, Conflict Tactics Survey, is this old survey they used to use to kind of gauge it. But it doesn't account for impact. So by using it, you just reading, the data will say, there you go, women are more violent than men. But it doesn't account for impact. So when you account for impact, but when men get physical, they tend to break women. They tend to kill women. Do you see? Because of the physical aspect. And the Conflict Tactics Survey doesn't effectively address that. Or at least it didn't back in the day. Hopefully it's been rewritten. And we'll catch up on that. We got our brother Daryl on the line. Daryl, get back in here, man, and finish your thought, my good friend. Go ahead.
Get back up in here, Joe. I'm glad you played that last piece because they have shows dedicated to women killing guys and their abusers, and that Snap show, and that's all about women killing guys. So I would think it's more along.
But are they killing out of revenge? Are they killing out of CPTSD. Like you have to factor in the nuance. Like a woman just, I don't see a woman just saying, you know what, I don't like him. I'm gonna put some arsenic in his soup. I think I think a lot of these situations are like, who is Whoopi Goldberg's character in The Color Purple? Celie. So I think a lot of these situations might be Celie situations. Well, the new Celie, and no disrespect to this young lady, might be, I don't even want to say her name. I'm just going to say Diddy's ex. Because clearly she put up with a lot of stuff.
That part. Now that
reactive
is a different
abuse.
Contrast.
Yes. Go ahead, brother.
That's a different contrast. But it did. Well, my birthday is tomorrow, though. Yours was last week, so you know we both Geminis. But I was going to say,
yes, sir.
Lizzie Borden started it off.
Who?
Lizzie Borden. You remember that lady in the 50s that chopped up her husband with an axe?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say, love is battlefield. It really is.
Wow.
And you really have to try to find the silver lining if your partner is worth it.
Even if you don't have, listen, man, you dropping jewels. Even if you don't have any domestic violence issues, you still got to cultivate and nurture the silver lining.
Yeah, because they're coming. I mean, it's always going to be contrast coming.
Right.
It's the relationship is built to it, though. Can you get to the other side?
Right.
Is it worth it?
Right.
Can you build a chemistry that can absorb any kind of situation and make you stronger as a result of it?
Man, I appreciate you, brother. Listen, I hope to see you, man. I hope to see you on your birthday, man. Come through the Cigar Lounge, man. Let's talk about it. You brought Los Angeles in the building. I appreciate it. Who's up next? Because I can't see their names over here. Who's up next on line 1? Nzinga. Get in here. Nzinga, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, good evening. This is my first thought is this is a really important conversation aside from the spectacle that we saw. A lot of people are going through it and it's hidden. Mm-hmm. They don't talk about it out of embarrassment. Men too. Men go through it a lot. But I want to get your thought on how verbal abuse kind of is like a gateway into the physical part. Because I think sometimes people will, they'll begin to verbally abuse you and see how far they can go. And if you allow them to, especially if, I hate to say it, but especially if the man or woman is a little more opposite sex centered.
What do you mean?
Where sometimes people can be opposite sex centered, like a woman can be male centered, a man can be male centered, where they value, the masculine, or they value what the feminine has to say more over everything. And so I think sometimes if they have that psychology in their head, it may be easier to move on from the verbal to the physical because they won't see it as something bad. They may see that as love.
Right. Absolutely.
Which sometimes people, he didn't mean to do that. She didn't mean to do that. They can't help but to act like that they love me. They just don't know how to show it, or that's how they show they love me.
Yeah, that's a tortured soul. That's somebody who's already been through something. That's somebody who has a pattern of that, and that's their norm, so to speak. And then on the opposite end,
I would agree.
The person who's doing the verbal abuse or the psychological abuse or the emotional abuse, that person tends to seek out the person they're abusing. This is the dynamic you see with the narcissist and the SLD, the self-love deficient, or what is known as the codependent, right? The narcissist, covert narcissist, grandiose narcissist, whatever, they seek out codependents because they're they're attracted to them, and vice versa, because they know that that's a ready supply right there. right? And then part of the narcissistic cycle, after blowing you up, after putting you on a pedestal, after making you, the peak of Mount Everest, is the devaluation stage. So you can clearly link the devaluation stage, the denigration, devaluation, you can link that to emotional abuse, to verbal abuse.
But what about, but what about and you called it all that, but to me, I always saw it as a sadist, a masochist kind of relationship.
Could be.
Someone who feels they deserve that. But after the devaluation, I think sometimes that goes in waves.
You just said something really big. Someone who feels they deserve that.
There are people out there. I remember I saw something. I can't remember where I saw it, but the guy was like, I can always tell at the bar the girls who don't have no daddies. And, I mean, my dad wasn't in my life, but I've never I don't know. And I guess I'm blessed that I've never had a man put their hands on me or anything like that. I've never had to defend myself from that. I never felt like I deserved anything like that. But, to the men and women out there, you don't.
But let's go back, because that was such a big piece that you brought up. And the response, that girl didn't have a daddy, that still shouldn't result in her getting beat, because the layers go even deeper, right? So the layer is this. Maybe it was good she didn't have a daddy in this particular case, right? We always think, oh, if you had a daddy, this wouldn't have happened. Well, what if the daddy is toxic? Wouldn't it be better to not have a toxic daddy than to have a toxic daddy? Some people would argue that, right? So I don't think it's always just the factor, or your daddy wasn't there, because she could have been raised by a good woman who had a daddy and instilled some of those beliefs as well. You got to remember, this is where that old adage comes in. It's not the issue that is your issue. It's how you respond to the issue that is your issue. So if she attracts, because she's self-love deficient, right? If she attracts a narcissist, somebody who's going to devalue her, somebody that's going to be abusive towards her emotionally and maybe even get physically abusive, you got to remember, at the end of the day, how he responds is not on her. That she ain't got nothing to do with how he responds. Now, her wounds might be related to his wounds. They might like each other. Their central nervous system locked up together. But the bottom line is, when he crosses the line, he's culpable. And watch this.
100%.
And then I turn the table. When she crosses the line physically, then she's culpable. Do you see how that works? Yeah. Yeah.
I do. And I just want to do two more small points. The reason I bring up the paternal is because that is the first relationship with the man that us as women will encounter.
Yeah, he teaches y'all boundaries, right?
And he sees you, grounds you, the worthiness and things like that. So if it's lacking in the relationship, then you go after him in all your relationships.
100%.
And so that's why I say that, you can sometimes attract, like a moth to a flame, you can attract those type of men sometimes. And as far as like the devaluation,
wait.
Agree,
Wait. Hold on, I got to carry you forward. Stay with me, Nzinga. You cooking. When we come forward back to Pensacola, Florida, and we got another Oaklandite in the building. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey LA, be an eco-friendly hero. Join LADWP's Power Savers program and use your smart thermostat to help ease strain on the electric grid during peak electric demand. You'll save electricity while you lower your bill. Plus, as a power saver, you can get up to $185 in prepaid gift cards. Don't have a smart thermostat? No problem. Shop and sign up at ladwp.com/Power Savers program. That's ladwp.com/Power Savers program. To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. You've been listening to the wonderful sounds of Troop, Pasadena's finest. All night long, we've been on fire. Great conversation. Let me get Nzinga back in here to get her final thought. Nzinga! What are your final thoughts?
No final thought because no final thought because I would want to give the next caller some room. I would just say, if you are going through a domestic violence situation, man or woman, to please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's English and Spanish. They also have a language line if you do not speak, if you speak something other than English or Spanish. They are open 24 hours, and it is 800-799-7233. Thank you and good night.
We love it. Thank you. You brought Pensacola, Florida in the building. Hey, Otto, you're the final caller of the night. Oakland in the house. What's up, my friend? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? You got to keep it brief, though.
Oh, man, I got to keep it brief. Well, okay, well, let me just let you know this. I appreciate this broadcast. Thank you very much. I earned a lot from you. I just wanted to add in, I got 5 sisters, and the story that I got, I'm the oldest of protecting them sisters in Oakland. I'm going to tell you, man, walking down the street trying to get them away from the drug dealers, when they was young, trying to explain to them, these guys don't mean no good to you. And you know what? They still dealt with them. So when the drug dealer put hands and feet on them, I got to come over there and drag her out. I ain't touching him because my mama had already told you don't mess with him, but you wanted to get a baby by him. So I got to smack my sister up and drag her home. So all this understanding of, you know, protect the woman when, you know, when she dealing with the Pookies and the Ray-Rays and no, I don't. Look, I understand a real woman getting kidnapped, thrown in trunks, and all that type of stuff for sure. But if you walking up to these Pookies and Ray-Rays and dysfunctional men, you on another level of non-womanhood. You still a girl. You still something else. I can't define you as a woman. So we got a scale. We got to have a scale of definition of manhood, and we got to have a scale of a definition of womanhood. And shout out to all the Geminis, you know, some June 8.
Come on.
You know, most of the times, you know, I got your back on a lot of things, but as far as these women who volunteer the dysfunction, I'm going to leave you where you're at.
Hey, man, I appreciate the insight. No judgment over here, but I have to address it. We have to dismantle all of these harmful beliefs. How do you have a perfect standard for how men and women should act when everybody broken? Everybody got problems. Everybody got issues. Don't you know, even if you in the hood, but you doing better than the bottom of the hood, you still in the hood. You on the hood spectrum. So what happens is we get these idealized, these like, oh, you know, everybody should whop, whoop, whap. No, there are no perfect beliefs here. If you dealing with, listen, I guarantee if we sat down with my brother's family, Otto, and we sat down with Otto's people, we gonna find some generational curses. So even though mama said don't do that, mama said don't go over there, don't mess with them, something is being addressed spiritually by approaching that type of energy. It's consciousness too. Man, this is a deep conversation. Don't make me revisit it tomorrow. Listen, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. The Voice of Reason on Fire for Monday. Let's get it tomorrow.
I've imagined faces of many lovers to ease the pain of having no one in my life. And I'm tired of being undercover. It's time to never